The mind wanders. Hard to control. We've been asked to do that in the past few verses. Chanchalam hi manaha, Krishna says, even Arjuna in the next one of the next few verses. Especially in today's society, it seems even harder. Just a few months ago, I was sitting at a restaurant. It was sort of a busy place. There was a table over here and a table over there. And the one over here had a young man in his 20s and an older man in front of him, maybe father or a grandfather. And the young man and he were having some sort of maybe a philosophical conversation, because what I heard the young man say was, patience is going to be a sought after commodity in the future, he said. It made me think. It's a very deep statement. Patience is going to be a sought after commodity in the future. So in the sense that people are not going to have a lot of patience, hard to wait for anything. And here is the other family sort of confirming that right in front of us. That one had a father and a wife, a mother, with 3 kids. So a couple and 3 kids, 2 daughters and a young boy. The young boy was an infant sitting on a high chair. The father was on a phone, on a cell phone. He was doing something. And the older of the daughters was having a muted conversation, but having a conversation with someone. And the mother was texting someone very quickly, very fast. And I heard the father say to the daughter, "Stop talking now. We are at a restaurant." But he never took his eyes off that phone while saying that. And this young boy sitting in the high chair was making a ruckus, like he was hitting on that table. And the mother sort of hushed him, said, "Quiet," but never took her fingers off the phone. In fact, she took one hand while typing on the other one, bent down to pick up something from her purse and put it right in front of the boy. It was an electronic toy, apparently. The boy immediately started fidgeting with that and started making that noise. That's a typical scenario in most households. We are so busy. We all do spend a lot of time on our phones, not realizing that we are doing that. We try to stop others from doing that. So I quite with Arjuna. He apparently said a long time ago. But he says, Chanchalam hi manaha, Krishna. All the time my mind wanders. Even if I temporarily control it, it's not going to stay permanently controlled. the mind wavers. The mind is anxious and it is stubborn. Arjuna seems to know his limitations. After all, human, right? We are all humans. We have limitations. We cannot control. This mindfulness, the modern jargon, meditation, the old jargon, all of that we can practice, but not, it works temporarily, but not consistently. It's happened through my career. Something simple starts gnawing at your brain. You go to sleep with it, you fall asleep quite well. You wake up after a few hours, like 6 hours or so of good sleep. Suddenly that thought comes back to you and it keeps repeating itself. The next day you wake up and the solution to that issue takes 5 minutes, but you spend hours awake in the middle of the night thinking how I'm going to solve it, or I'm going to solve it in a particular way. And this may not happen during sleep, it may happen while you're driving. So issues, not our brain, all this duality, equality and all that's been told to us, joy and sorrow, treat everything the same, nature and you, God and you, everything, God and nature, everything is the same. All those things are good to hear, but hard to practice, not especially on a permanent basis. That's what Arjuna is expressing to Krishna and say, I don't know how you're going to, it's all good. Are you going to make me do it? I don't know how to do it myself. Give me a suggestion. And let's see whether there is an answer.